Welcome to the Hot Lap, another video today where myself and James take on the Silverstone circuit. And what we've got here is the GP circuit that's basically cut in half. And today we are going to be racing the Radical SR3 RS, a English-made rear-wheel drive Radical, which has a top speed of 161 miles an hour, rear-wheel drive, 0 to 100 in 3.2 seconds. Very, very slippery on cold tyres, we found. However, on when the tyres are up to temperature, this thing is very, very grippy. James, what do you think of the car briefly?
I liked it. It stuck like a Formula C car. It stuck to the ground. Once the tyres are up to temperature, when you wanted to turn, you did. You had to give it a tiny bit of respect in the low traction zones, but other than that, it was almost like a Scale Electrics, really, wasn't it?
It was.
Okay, and here we go. Here we go. Alex gets a very, very, very good start here. And James ended up getting pole position at the last second. Alex is in the Brazil car, a tiny bit ahead, as you see, going into Abbey is James.
Wow, into the farm curb there. James is clearly ahead, although we could be in for a very competitive race here. We
could. It's a short circuit as James goes a tiny bit wide, and Alex already starting to attack James. As they end up braking for that corner around there. I've completely forgotten exactly where it is in the circuit, but here we go. Now they're coming up. They're down Hanger Straight now. Best overtaking place. Sorry, it's going to be possibly there for the race, Alex.
Yes, into Stowe Corner now. Alex applied in the pressure on James. You'll see the steering wheel working overtime in order for Alex to catch up. He runs wide, all over the curbs. James, over to you up to Vale.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going into Vale and down to Club. This is one of the low traction points I was actually talking about, where both drivers have to be quite careful. But here, I tell you what, Alex really didn't lose that much time by going wide on that corner as we enter the pit straight and going up to Abbey, which is not quite flat, Alex.
It's not. It's almost could be done, but it wasn't happening in these cars, was it? Again, all over the place by my good self, but I'm very closing on James very quickly as these temperature on these tyres certainly get up to speed, and of course the brakes as well start to warm up. But going around on the outside, clipping a number of cones there onto the Hanger Straight as I'm pulling alongside James.
They're absolutely side by side here, and as you saw, speaking like Alex is a lot more confident under the brakes for the first few corners. It's going to be last of the late breakers here as James has the inside line, Alex has the outside line. Alex brakes super late. Where's James? James, no, he's just about on the racing line. James still ahead, Alex still second. Alex on the attack as we go, as we're heading into the turn just before Club. Alex.
Vale, I think it's what that was. But I'm gaining very quickly again, getting the slipstream out, and we're working away now. The lights are flashing. He's telling me he wants to come through. James is just holding Alex up here as we go into Abbey, and he slightly backs off. James runs ever so slightly wide. Is he going to take him on the inside? No, he's going to sell him a dummy.
He's going to sell him dummy as we're now on board with James for the first time. Has Alex? We know he's better under braking here. He just didn't make it now as we're going into the link and up to Beckett's. Now this is really, really important. And once again, James really struggles into Beckett's going down that Hanger Straight. If a pass is going to happen, it's going to happen in this sector or down to Stowe, or obviously down to Stowe, Alex.
I'm certainly pulling alongside here. We're going to go for the outside here, and it's not going to happen. We're coming up to Vale. I'm still not too far behind him. Could I have gone for the inside? No, he takes the outside instead. But certainly the pressure is piling on James as he runs incredibly wide. Alex is going to try the cut through, but it's just not happening. But look what's happening. Third place is coming up behind us.
I know. I definitely we both agree that myself, James, he's holding you up. He's absolutely holding you up as they're side by side. Alex thinks about it, but I think that first corner is far too fast. Now Alex under pressure from the AI behind.
They're vastly closing in very quickly, and Alex actually is losing touch over James. He's almost starting to struggle, whether or not it's the car. Third place behind actually completely takes out a cone there, but Alex, I think, is really struggling during this stage of the race.
He is struggling. Having said that, the last few laps, we know he's faster. It's going to be interesting now to see if he does close up, and if he does so, how quickly he closes up. I mean, already he's sort of closing up. James has got a tiny bit of breathing space, but he still cannot make a mistake, as we're now leaving Stowe and we're now going into the Vale.
I think there's incredible competitiveness between these two, to the point of they're very, very closely matched. I mean, Alex is again starting to ever so slightly close on James as we're coming through for another lap, but it's still incredibly close as we switch to James now, who's out in front. All this is, I think, James, is that it's a case of just trying to make it home to the finish.
Yeah, I think it is. It's basically who's going to make the mistake. I mean, Alex, he is fast enough, obviously, to pass myself. As does he have enough time though? As we're now going into Beckett's, a corner where James has actually struggled, but no, he's on the power there, and it looks about even as I'm looking in I'm looking in James's mirror.
Yeah, going under the bridge now. We've flicked to Alex back on stage, but he's getting a slight slipstream now. Now this is going to help him as we go into Stowe. Stowe's, I think, not particularly been a great corner for Alex over the course of the race. Again, runs incredibly wide over the curbs, coming up to Vale now. There's the distance is still a bit of a lock up there from James, but the distance, Alex is not making a huge amount of progress, and we're coming up, I think, to the final lap of the race now. But the distance here, James is pulling away.
I tell you what, he is. He's got a bit more of a breathing space as we're going into Abbey once again. I think if we have a look, just not quite flat as James is incredibly wide. He's completely given the game away now with Alex absolutely all over him.
I think we could be in for a cracker of a last lap here. Alex has pulled out a vast amount of time to gain back up with James, but I don't really know what we're going to do as we come into the hangar. Oh, he's alongside him, James.
I said it's going to happen there, if it did, and quite clearly it did now. And James, his only chance now is into Stowe. We know Alex has been struggling a bit here, and what's he going to do, Alex?
Who knows, but James has certainly got the slipstream as we come into Stowe. He goes, he's sold him a dummy, but what's going on? James has gone for the inside, but you can see Alex just slightly ahead.
Absolutely. Now, as we're coming into the Vale for the last couple, it looks like James has got it, unless he makes a mistake. Nice and easy on the thought there, and well, no, definitely not easy on the thought.
He's gone.
It's over, Alex. Well, that's it. He's given the game under pressure. The last couple of corners he cracked. Alex wins the race.